Spider-Man 2 is finally here. The world has played it, and it's given us not one, but two incredibly memorable villains in Kraven the Hunter and Venom the Venom. On my channel, I've reviewed over 260 villains, giving each one a score 1 through 10, 0.5s included. Today, I'm looking at Venom and analyzing his motive, character, and best scenes to find out just how good a villain they are. Spoilers, duh, be warned.
Promise me something.
Anything.
If this doesn't work, take me out.
Harry Osborn is a world traveler, visiting such places as Europe and an alien goo tank to heal a deadly disease that's genetic in his family. Except plot twist, he didn't visit Europe. That's a big lie. Instead, that's just a ruse that Harry's dad told everyone because hanging in an ooze coma tank with an alien is a little suspicious, I guess. But hey, don't knock it till you try it. Devil's Breath, Doc Ock, this lady, a bunch of stuff happens, and then about a year or so later, Harry's out and walking around. But like Shaq at the free throw line, this release is about to go horribly. At first, things seem to be going decent enough. The symbiote attached to him makes Harry healthy, and for a bit even gives him superhero abilities so he can fight alongside his friend Peter. The real power of Osborn, though, is that bank account, though. Norman buying his son a state-of-the-art lab to accomplish his mom's goal of healing the world. With Peter joining the team, he and Harry begin their plans to heal the world. But then Kraven comes to town and he starts craving blood. Mainly the blood of Spider-Man's rogue gallery. But if you're looking for the strongest person in New York, right, to give you a real challenge, you don't go to Vulture and all those jabronis, they're gonna let you down. But when Kraven sees the symbiote, it's love at first sight. Kraven stabs Peter because that's just what he does, and in order to save his friend's life, Harry gives Peter the symbiote, which heals Spidey's wounds, but at the downside of bringing his sickness out of remission. When Peter tries to give the symbiote back to Harry, the symbiote refuses, leading to Peter getting emo and Harry getting sicko. Harry says, "Please, Pete, I need my suit to live." And Peter says, "Why don't you go pop some pills, you weirdo?" Eventually, though, Harry does get the suit back after Peter gets it off and suggests, Harry, the suit, it's not gonna save your life. It's got bad vibes. Harry flips out, gets the symbiote back, and attempts to accomplish his mission of healing the world by turning everyone into a symbiote. Right off the bat, I think this game does a great job of setting up Harry's motive as justifiable. Of course, he's wrong because he doesn't know how bad the symbiote is, but in his mind, it's the one thing that could save him. And when his best friend denies him life, by all means, be pissed off. The symbiote then plays on these negative emotions to form Venom. And I'll never understand why they named Miles' powers Venom. That's insane to me. It's a solid motive, but I do have a minor complaint with it, and that's the fact that it's a little too similar to Otto from the first game. It's the same exact thing. Both characters are good guys who want to help the world, but they have a condition that's gonna prevent them from doing that. Good thing we have this thing that makes our condition pointless, but at the cost of manipulating our emotions to make us evil and get rid of all the good parts of our personality. It is a little different, yes, but to me, maybe just it's a little too familiar. And again, even though it's Otto's motive, it's still a good motive.
We are not, Harry. We are.
This is one of the best versions of Harry I've ever seen. Granted, my only real two examples are from the movies, but this guy's great. As rich as he is, he still feels like a very normal guy, and I think the game does a fantastic job of having him instantly fit in with Peter and MJ. Tons of credit to this game's stellar writing as well as an amazing performance. You really feel this friendship between he and Peter, and that's super important to sell because in order for the story to work, we have to care about both Harry and this friendship. He's a considerate guy, he's friendly, and genuinely cares about helping the world. I think a lot of us, myself included, for the first half of this game, we were like, okay, Harry's kinda sus. And then eventually, there's that moment where you're like, okay, he's cool. We feel bad for Harry when Peter won't give him his toys back, but also we understand Peter's point of view, a great way to draw conflict between these characters without having one of them do something completely off-brand or random. Truly, aside from Kraven, there's really nobody to blame in the story. Everything that happens with Venom being a result of both Harry and Peter's fear. Peter of the symbiote and Harry of the sickness of his death. But the title ain't Harry Osborn Review, it's Venom Review, and Holy hell, is this guy insane. Very easy for me to say that this is the best version of Venom I have ever seen. He's everything I ever wanted in Venom. He's evil, intimidating, and freaking massive as hell. Dude's roided up, jacked to the gills. Tony Todd brings such a presence to Venom. The character absolutely steals every scene he's in, and whenever he's not there, I'm just waiting for the next time he is. I have typed into the YouTube search bar all Tony Todd Venom scenes way too many times, an unhealthy amount of times. The symbiote itself, in addition to being interesting, is a great way to up that threat from the first game. Otto unleashes Devil's Breath to terrorize New York. Venom unleashes the symbiote to terrorize the world. I wouldn't be surprised if the next game is the universe. It's Green Goblin. He wants to make the whole world, the whole universe Green Goblins. What I like about Venom as a threat is, yes, he's a threat physically. I mean, 19 inches is a heck of a physical threat, let's be honest. But he's also a threat to Peter's relationships. He holds this grudge against Miles, telling him in this final fight that Peter doesn't need him anymore. And when he symbiotes MJ, she turns on Peter with all of these negative feelings and emotions. It's a great way to attack Peter from both a mental and physical level, something that Martin Lee does for Miles in this game as well. I also love the fact this is Harry, especially towards the end of the game when you're navigating this idea of maybe we gotta kill Harry to stop the symbiote. It leads to some really awesome character moments I love in this game. There aren't enough Venom scenes in this game, what the heck? Granted, it's fine because Kraven and friends do a hell of a job holding the fort down for the first half of this thing. And it's a great setup for the end of the story as well as that flip from Harry to Venom. Dude, okay, I know it's not Harry, but it's still the symbiote, okay? The freaking scene of MJ and Peter in the tunnel, one of the best in the game. The vibe is so creepy, almost even like a horror film. Looking for Peter in this eerie environment, hearing screams and howls in the distance as we're not sure what's become of our hero. And then when he tells her to run, what an amazing scene. Just look at my reaction. This was my live reaction. I'm getting hyped. But you know what might be crazier? When Venom first steps on the scene and Insomniac goes, okay, you thought that was cool? Okay, buddy, you idiot. You know nothing. Jon Snow, you know nothing. Now you're gonna play as the guy. I personally did not see this coming. It's an instant classic, showing us just how strong and unstoppable Venom is. Because if we were playing as Peter, it'd take us forever to fight this many guys. Venom clears them all in like a few minutes. Pretty much every Venom scene is incredible though, because the character has such a strong presence on screen. It's crazy. One of the best for a villain in a game I've seen in a long time. That ending though is a heartbreaker, man. Seeing a small glimpse of Harry peek through here and there through the symbiote, scared and confused. Once you get that realization Harry might have to die to stop Venom, it's a really tough moment, especially when you keep in mind all that Peter has lost in the first game. Venom is an absolute unstoppable force, and the game does a great job of showing just how relentless he is in this mission of world domination. He's going to keep coming and keep fighting until he ultimately wins, giving Peter no choice but to risk killing Harry in the process. Something he already had to do in the first game, give up his loved one for the greater good. The boss fight itself is insane. One of the hardest in the game, first of all, but it also does a great job of blending this boss fight into these 10 out of 10 cutscenes, showing our main trio facing off against the symbiote. A super memorable ending for just how epic it is, but also because of how much emotion is packed behind the punches of these characters.
We are healthy, strong. This is what you wanted, isn't it?
My only real problem with Venom is the structure of his character being a little too similar to Otto for me, but besides that, he's near perfect. Tony Todd, as well as Harry's voice actor Graham Phillips, are perfect in this role, making this version of both Harry and Venom some of the best I've ever seen across all mediums. I love how evil and ruthless Venom is, really feeling like this unstoppable character, and definitely a bigger threat from the first game. I could go on and on about this character, but to save time, let me just say it like this, okay? Venom is a home run of a villain that any game would be lucky to have a villain this good. I'm gonna give this version of Venom a 9.
Fight, Harry! Fight! I can't. I'm done. You have to kill us.
Kraven review later this week. Will he get a better score than Venom? Hit that subscribe button to find out. Thanks for watching. If you got time to, you can check out Venom review of Topher Grace. Not spoilers, not as good as this one.